Hello, everybody, and welcome to my Abscission Let's Play. 1 second while I get everybody together so that we can start. It'll just take 1 or 2 minutes, probably one. So just wait 1 second. All right. So let's see what this game's all about. Abscission. Looks pretty interesting, kind of spooky, sort of like 7. All right. I'm not going to be doing a voiceover on this one. There's a lot of text. Oh boy. Okay. Right click examine, left click talk. Hey Kevin, how you doing? Yeah, me too. I hear that this game is pretty unique. I really like the setting to this game. Okay, so there are 4 temperaments. Maybe I should read. There is no single approach that works best for all conversations, and Stanhope will need to use all of them to be the best he can be. This game adapts to your choices. People will remember how Stanhope spoke to them and may respond differently in the future, so consider each response carefully. Will Stanhope's destiny is in your hands. Choose wisely. All right. So let's choose one of these for our approach right now. How about melancholic? Clearly, Luna thought I could help. What? Some guy who went batshit in his last murder case and now he spends his time tailing small-time pushers? Bruce, save this for the precinct. I'm not looking for a fight. Just tell me how to get to the crime scene. Top floor. The only way up is the elevator, unless you fancy the fire escape. Hey Daniel, how you doing? Oh, so he can take the elevator. Lady, I swear to God. Alright, let's... Hey Red, long time no see. Good to see ya. Okay, so we need to see a Detective Luna. Alright, let's take the elevator door. Alright. Alright, that all makes sense. Alright. Well, let's talk to people and do things. Bloodstain, that's a big bloodstain. Rubbing my hands in a pool of blood was not the wisest course of action. There was a considerable amount of blood staining the cloth that covered the floor. Judging from the color and viscosity, it was still relatively fresh. Alright. Let's not bother them. Let's see if there's anything I can pick up. I slipped on a glove and carefully bagged the glass for future analysis. I needed to let Luna know. Alright. Collection of paintings. broken vent. Yeah, looks like we are some sort of detective or PI or something. I found a small black book filled with addresses and phone numbers. I decided it could be useful. All right. So we got some interesting evidence-y items. I don't know if that's a word, but I'm going with it. Easel. All right. Talk to the officer, Braintree. Patrolman I hadn't met before was standing nearby. I noticed he kept glancing up the stairs, his badge read Braintree. He looked like he needed a cup of coffee. Yeah, you and me both. Officer, you must be Detective Stanhope. Very astute. Was it the coat? Also the fact that they let you in. I'm Officer Dan Braintree. Good to meet you. I haven't seen a crime scene like this for a long time. You're telling me. I haven't ever seen anything like it. Just wait till you see upstairs. Is it worse than this? I'd prepare myself if I were you. It's not pretty. Okay. Where's Detective Luna? In the bedroom. I don't know what she's doing in there. I wouldn't want to stay looking at that. Alright, let's see. You look tired. Been up since 5 this morning. Couldn't sleep. Maybe you should get a coffee. I will, but not from this kitchen. So let's see what they know about the crime scene. The most, I suppose, I was the first responder on the scene. According to the landlord, the victim's name was Serena Challenor. She's upstairs. I thought it was just a domestic. All right. What time was the call? Just after 9 p.m. The landlord called it in. What's his name? Carl Laidlaw. Saw he was with Hogan. I think I'm just going to read this and let people read. All right. This has got very Seven vibes to it. I haven't watched Seven in a while, so this will be interesting. Yeah, brace yourself. All right. Brace yourselves, everybody. The backgrounds look really nice. This is very 7. Alright, so we need to talk to Luna, but let's see this first. Alright, let's talk with Detective Luna. Alright, I'll look at her. Holy moly. This detective really wants me to look at the crime scene. Hey, what's up, Squatch? It's adult diaper time. That's right, Squatch. Oh my gosh. Oh, you're home alone? Oh no, Red. Look at her. We should catch up. What do we know so far? Yeah, what are those ropes made of? All right, let's discuss something else. Yeah, we'll show this piece of glass. Oh, I remember that police quest with that reporter. All right, let's look around here. All right, this could be the funky monkey file. I think that's all from up there. Hey, Ben. Big Ben is in the building. Yeah, creatures of darkness. Up, there's broken glass. Okay. I think that's everything. Let me just double check with the detective. Ooh, look at the jacket. Okay. Hey, look at this. Hey, look at this. What do you mean? Okay. Well, I guess that's that. Let's go to the elevator. All right, let's try phlegmatic. What are those rope things? Shady characters. Let me know if you guys would prefer me to read the text. I'd be glad to do it. I'm on the fence either way. Yeah? Okay. A gallery. Do you remember the name of it? Star something. Starlit Gallery, I think? It's over in Neptune. Her and some other girl ran it, but I never met her. Ah, clue gained. Location, Starlit Gallery. It was a solid lead. I needed to let Luna know. Alright, let's see. Looking at her apartment, she seems to be an artist. Yeah, she was. Oh, I already did this. Let's discuss something else. Let's discuss what happened tonight. Okay. Thank you. I appreciate the help. Let's talk to Officer. Oh, ice cream stain. Ossifer Bruce. Ossifer. Stanhope. Got time for a word? Not really, neither do you. Let's get this wrapped up so we can all go home, yeah? Officer Hogan. Detective Stanhope. Quite the scene upstairs. That's an understatement. Are you finished with the landlord? Uh-huh. He's all yours. All right. Let's talk with our detective friend. Amelia? Yes, Will. I found out where Serena worked, a place called Starlit Gallery. Yeah, Stanhope does sound sort of like a regular actor's name. I've been there. In Neptune, right? That's what the landlord says. Can you follow that up for me? Consider it done. All right. So now that we've told her about that, I think are we done? Okay, we need more leads. I'm just skipping the text that we have already read. Okay, let's see. So she seems to be an artist. Let's look it up in the book. Oh wait, were those footprints? Did I select those? No, I can't. Bloody footprint. Boot print. How do I get that boot print? Maybe I need to talk to the forensics people. Hey, forensic team, yes. All right. Broken glass, collection of paintings, handprint. What time was the call? Spoken to the neighbors. Anything else you need to know? All right. I think I've said everything. Maybe I need to show it to Detective Luna. Am I gonna have to look up a walkthrough? really hope not. Alright, let's show the detective my pocketbook. Oh, come on now. Alright, what have you found so far? Starlit Gallery. Alright, how do I look it up? Abdulov. Alright, looks like I might need to check something here. Abscission walkthrough. One second, people. Yeah, I like it too. It's not easy though, you're right. I'm just looking at the walkthrough. Alright, so from here, apparently I should have taken option 4. Okay, I'd like to ask you a few questions about the victim. Looking at her apartment, she appears to be an artist. Okay, this seems to be new. So yeah, she was, and a good one, I suppose. Not just an artist, she helped run a gallery too, sold her paintings there. I guess she brought some money with her when she came to town. A gallery, do you remember the name of it? Star something, Starlit Gallery, I think. It's over in Neptune. Her and some other girl ran it, but I never met her. Right. I think I already knew that. Let's discuss what happened tonight. Okay. Victim. Thank you. Appreciate the help. Boot print. All right, let's see if I can leave. All right. Yeah, now I can't. Now you can't leave. Maybe I should just. That's been too long. Maybe I should just. If worse comes to worse, I can just restart. But I don't want to have to do that. Oh yeah, I didn't use the I didn't use the journal yet. Maybe I can use this. Check the apartment, question the landlord, and there's a freaking bloody boot print. Okay, yeah. I think I had to choose a different way to talk to him. All right. I'm going to restart real fast cuz I didn't get anything. And we're going to just select the most appropriate options. So there are 4 ways to talk to people. Eric Zan, huh? All right. Let's get through this again. Ladies complaining about okay, this now. All right. So now I'm gonna. It says to talk to be melancholic. So that was what I chose before. All right, we did all this stuff. Let's go up. Oh, I didn't inspect things. Okay. Gotcha. Gotcha. All right. So save. I'll save this as Funky Monkey File 2. Now let's load and do Funky Monkey File 1 again and see if. Oh, whatever. Okay. We're loading Funky Monkey File 2 now. So we're going to the leather jacket. And we got a bloody piece of glass right here. And let's just rush through this guy because we already talked to him. All right. Now then. Let's talk to Detective Luna. Been a long time. What have you found so far? Found a piece of glass. Have a look around. Okay. Now that we've done that, let's go back down and do option 4. Let's look at the bloody footprint. Now then. It says to use option 4. And you were there if she needed you? Yeah, I mean, I was there for her. And you liked being around her. Stanhope. Back off, Hogan. Answer the question, Carl. Well, yeah, I mean, she was a good-looking girl, of course. Hope something would happen, did you? I don't know, buddy. I mean, the way she dressed. What about it? Well, girls like that with their short skirts and their titties out, I mean, oh my goodness. I mean, they're always looking for it, aren't they? They want people to look, to fantasize. They can't blame a guy for trying it on. Oh my goodness. And if they refuse? Refuse? Hey, no, I see where you're getting at. No way, buddy. I never made a move on her. Okay, sometimes I peeked when she was bending over, but that ain't no crime. I never killed her. I never hurt no one. Oh my goodness. God damn. So what did happen, Carl? I saw the blood. I mean, you've been up there. It's everywhere. I just stood there for a while, too scared to move. Then I called out to see if Miss Callender was okay. Yeah. I think a lot of people would be guilty. There was no answer, so I searched the place. I was careful not to touch the blood, of course. When I got to the bedroom, I saw... Yes? Well, I don't know what fucking know what I saw. You've been up there. What the fuck are those rope things? Who could have ripped her apart like that? Anyway, I ran out of there as fast as I could, and I called the cops. That's it, the whole story. What's your name, sir? It's Carl Laidlaw. I told the other guy this. Relax, I'm just being polite. Okay. How long have you known this? Okay. And this is the same. Choosing to the loud rock music. Discuss what happened that night. Okay. Interesting. Okay, so let's look at everything. Bloody boot prints. Aha. I don't think I looked at that before. Okay. Now then. We found a set of boot prints in her apartment. Do you have any idea who they may belong to? I don't know. She had a few visitors, but I can't really remember them. She did have a boyfriend a couple of months back. Some young punk with green hair and metal on his face. I think he wore some big leather boots. Do you remember his name? She called him Marky, or Mark something. I don't know his last name. Clue gained. Name Mark. Aha! Something new. It was a start, but I needed to find out his surname. All right. Starlit Gallery. Okay, so we got that clue again. All right, I think that will be enough. To the bedroom. Save. All right. Now let's check this clue when it comes to Mark. Clue Mark with the pocketbook. There was only one Mark in the pocketbook, Mark Torrance. I needed to look him up on the APD database. Clue gained, named Mark Torrance. We need to let Luna know. All right. I found a name, Mark Torrance. He was involved with Serena. Great work. Can you follow that up for me tomorrow? I'm going to need to stay with forensics tonight to scour the apartment. Of course. Make sure you get some sleep when you can. I'll do my best. I had enough leads. Luna could finish up here. It was time for me to get some sleep. All right. I'm going to head back now. I'll catch up with you tomorrow. Thanks for your help, Will. Let's do this. All right, let's see where we are. All right. We're saving. Hogan, about the landlord. Sir, when you're interviewing the rest of the residents, see if there are any other observations about his behavior. Creeps like that are rarely stay on the proper side of decent. You got it. Night, sir. Take care, Hogan. I like this look. The night was unexpectedly calm. The air was as thick as soup. Clinging to my bones, I fell asleep in my easy chair. The town seemed to be holding its breath. If I dreamed, I couldn't remember it, but that was nothing new. The dawn sunlight was bleached bone. It was around that time I was drinking my second cup of coffee that I realized I had missed Abigail's birthday again. She probably hadn't noticed. I'd never been much of a father, but she'd never really needed me. Even when her mother passed away, maybe I'd ring her later, but first it was time to visit the morgue. Dr. Abdulov had been burning the midnight oil. Thank you for completing the autopsy so promptly, Dr. Abdulov. I appreciate you working through the night. No skin off my nose. I couldn't sleep. My daughter had a puppy for her birthday, and the poor thing seems to be scared of the dark. Cries all through the night. It's like having another child. And please, call me Tamir. I know we're at work, but there's no one else here. Why are you always so formal? If a person earns a doctorate, it should be respected, in my view. Ha! Please tell my wife that next time you see her, you're over for dinner. We'll see how that goes. Now, shall we get started? Certainly. All right. Well then, do we have a time of death? Yeah. A doctorate takes forever to get, that's for sure. Do you have a time of death? That's a difficult question to answer. How so? Looking at the relative lack of cloudiness within the corneas, I would place the time of death at between 8 and 9 p.m. yesterday. That fits with the statement from the Chalonor's landlord. But the livor mortis, the lividity of the blood as it pools under the skin, places the death at 2 or 3 days ago. And then there's the soft tissue, both separated to the corpse and attached to the corpse and separate. There are aspects of necrosis that could place the time of death at a week ago. How is that possible? Honestly, I'm not sure. Okay. What was the cause of death? Well, from the scattering of the organs, you would assume a swift death due to blood loss and trauma. At least that was my first assessment, but the timings don't match. What do you mean? The lungs are relatively fresh. I mean, I wouldn't want to put them on my pizza, haha. Just a little graveyard humor there. Yes, well, I mean to say that judging from the lack of necrosis, they largely match the time of death measured through the corneal cloudiness. The liver, however, is in a very poor state. The tissue is degrading and necrotizing at an alarming rate. Similarly, some of the skin around her stomach also carries the same, well, sponginess, for lack of a better word. Perhaps it could be caused by some kind of acid? Maybe, if she was submerged in a bath of corrosive agent, acid or alkali, it could, but no. The skin of her legs, while showing lividity, is relatively well preserved. It's as if parts of her body were long dead while she was still alive. Honestly, it's a little disconcerting. A little. Perhaps it would affect me more if I had some sleep. Everything is a little vague. All right. Have you analyzed the glass shard? Was it the murder weapon? I can't say for sure. Looking at the chest cavity and the stomach, the skin doesn't seem to be cut. It's more like a series of tears. To be honest, the skin is in such bad condition that it could have probably been pulled apart by someone's hands. Ugh. And yet true. With regards to the glass, the majority of the blood matches the blood type of the victim. However, there was another type. I've sent the sample to the database to be checked against the existing DNA profiles. Maybe you'll get a match. Thank you. What about the rope that was found at the scene? Rope. Oh yes, of course. I have a small section of it here. Where's the rest of it? On ice. You'll see why. What the hell am I looking at here? I wish I knew. I have set a piece for DNA analysis, but it'll take a day or two. It's organic matter, fleshy yet run through with fibers, rather like cooked celery. It's as if a vine were crossed with the digestive tract. It has a rather tough exterior, but the insides are almost liquid. I'm aware of how it sounds. Please inspect it. Tell me what you think. I'm no doctor. I hardly think that matters with this substance. These strands, are they growing? Apparently so. I'll be freezing this section soon, believe me. This appears torn. I tried to cut it with a scalpel, but there are strong strands running beneath the surface. It was like working around knots in wood. This is the best I could do. It appears soft on the surface. Sometimes. What do you mean? It shivers on occasion, a ripple that tenses on the surface, a spasm of sorts. All right, what about this right here? It's moving. Yes, it's fascinating, isn't it? Watch this. If I use a pin to agitate it, good Lord! I don't know what to make of this, or any of it. Why are you even taking the case? You're vice. Luna asked me, and I have the time. Do you? I'll make the time. If you say so. I'm going to the office. Can you fax a completed report to me? Of course. It'll be done within the hour. Before you go, there's just one more thing. It might be nothing, but it struck me as a little curious. The victim has a tattoo. Is that so odd? Well, maybe not, but it was quite recent and the flesh was inflamed. It's as if it were infected. It was a diamond, bright red, on the inside of her left wrist. Noted. Thank you, Tamir. You'll let me know if you find anything else? Of course. All right, diamond tattoo. Well, yes. Please look after yourself. Will do. Be in touch. Yes? Detective Stanhope. It's Officer Braintree. Dan Braintree. Uh-huh. Sorry, sir, but a letter was delivered to you by hand this morning. I left it by your computer. I see. Should I have left it on your other desk with the lamp? I'm sure I'll find it. Is there anything else? Yes, sir. 2 messages. The first is from Officer Hogan. He said it was that, as per your instructions last night, they canvassed the building about the landlord's behavior. Apparently, a Miss Lucille Beaumont complained of inappropriate comments and missing underwear. Anyway, a pair of panties were found in Laidlow's apartment. Miss Beaumont confirmed they were hers, and, well, whether he turns out to be involved in the murder or not, he's going to be charged with harassment. Great spot, Detective. And I do also have another message from Officer Bruce, which is, he said to say that he apologizes for the way he spoke to you last night. Issues at home, apparently. He would have told you himself, but he's not on until tonight. That's good to know. Thanks, Braintree. My pleasure, Detective. I realized it was raining. Odd for this time of year. But then there's nothing about today that felt right. That rope that had bound Serena Kalinor held her to the wall like a fly in a web. What the hell could it be? I tried to put it out of my mind. Abdullah was the best person to work that out. I had my own leads, and it was time to follow them up. All right. So let's see here. I'm gonna this here. Okay, let's use the. Oh, wait. Let's check the letter. It was a letter in a manila envelope. The only writing on the outside was my name, and the handwriting I didn't recognize. I carefully opened the envelope and slipped the letter out. That's the tattoo symbol. It was drawn in what appeared to be red wax on thick paper or papyrus. Papyrus? That seems strange. There was a diamond in the center with jagged edges. A strange cluster of symbols surrounded it, perhaps an alphabet of some kind. There seemed to be a symbol near one of the corners, obscured by what appeared to be charcoal. I decided to try to rub the powder away. Something had cut into me, but that made no sense. I could now see a needle woven into the fibers of the sketch. Why hadn't I seen it before? I shook my head at my failure of observation. I was not repaying Luna's faith in me so far. I washed the blood away and folded the letter back up. I knew I needed to look into who had sent it to me, but I had more pressing issues at the time. Well, that's spooky. All right, so we need to find out Mark Torrance. We got to find out about that guy. Poster from your younger days. Quite the interest in prog rock in the 70s. Farm 34 was the finest example, in my opinion. Their greatest hits collective is required listening for anyone wanting a greater understanding of life. Right. Ashfield, it was a small town, but it had certainly experienced its fair share of tragedy. Corkboard. Details from my previous case, a cocaine dealing ring, were pinned up on the board. It was my citation for bravery from the Drummel case, 1983. I had others, but this was the first, and to be honest, it meant the most to me. A reminder that you can do everything correctly and still fail. Ben, what happened to you? All right. Oh, this is an old school monitor. my standard issue APD database. I preferred filing cabinets, but I suppose you have to move in with the times. All right. Oh, closet. Let's check the closet. Okay. Mark. Mark something or other. Mark Torrance. Address. Mark Torrance. I noted his address. Perhaps it was time to pay Mr. Torrance a visit. An address has been added to Stanhope's map. All right, let's check out Mark Torrance's record. This is hardly the record of a career criminal, but that often meant nothing when it came to violent crime, sadly. All right. All right. Yeah, you have a good night too, Kevin. Thanks for coming. Hello? Hello, Abby. How are you? Dad? Fine, I guess. And you? Fine. I closed my eyes. I'm sorry I forgot your birthday. That's okay. I know you're busy. Matt says hi, by the way. Good, good. He's a good guy. I'm glad you think so. I mean, you've only met him once. I know. Well, I won't keep you. I just wanted you to know I was thinking of you. That's nice to know, I guess. Take care, Abby. You too. All right. So at least we called our daughter. Let's call Luna. Okay, so that's not too useful to do. Okay, what about Ben Dremel? Alright. Well, let's save the game. So we've used the computer, we used the phone, we checked the letter. Let's leave office. Stanhope can explore Ashfield using his map. Look at locations for a description and use locations to go there. Alright, let's go to my place. Wow, lots of rain. Oh heck yeah, I got a flathead screwdriver. I guess that's all we need. So let's go to Mark Torrance's apartment. Mark Torrance's apartment block had seen far better days. The place smelled of mold, as if it had been built from blocks of rot and bound together with misery. All right. Let's see here. I heard a curse from inside, then footsteps. A woman gave me a faint smile. Despite her stooped shoulders, she seemed to radiate calm. Ma'am? Yes, do you need something? I should tell you I don't buy from the door. I'm a detective, ma'am. Will Stanhope. Can I ask you a few questions about your neighbor in number 3, Mark Torrance? Mark? She leaned back a little. Is he in some kind of trouble? At the moment, I just want to talk to him, that's all. Well then, ask away. Let's see. How long have you known Mark? He moved in a few years back, maybe 5. Moved here from Worcester, I think. Any family? He mentioned his pa back home. Never comes to visit, though. I get the impression there was a bad blood there. Why is that? Poor boy moved in with nothing more than a rucksack and the clothes on his back. I think he left in a hurry. Grant Kirkhope, huh? Oh, Banjo-Kazooie, right. Yeah, I think I heard that name before, too. Now, why do you think that is? Mister, I leave the mind reading to that woman with the stall in Wicker Park. You didn't ask him? You don't prod at a wound that's hurting. You gotta let it heal. All right. What do you think of him as a neighbor? Any trouble? Depends what you mean by trouble. He used to play his music loud, but a broom on the wall a few times put a stop to that. What about the visitors? Anyone concerned? Oh, look, there's a red diamond here. A few rock and roll types, all metal on their face and black clothes, but they're just kids looking for attention. Give them a smile and they're good as gold. Mark's like that. He likes to act tough, but he'll come around and help me move my furniture when I'm vacuuming and pick me up some groceries when I'm under the weather. I see. When was the last time you saw Mark? A couple of nights ago, leaving his apartment. How was he? Normal. He's sometimes quiet, you know, but nothing out of the ordinary. What was he wearing? A military jacket, a bit worn, and black jeans, I think. Boots? Uh-huh, big brown ones. His name has come up in connection with the Miss Serena Callanor. Does that name familiar to you? Yes, I met Serena a few times when they were dating. Always very polite, pleasant. She had a wicked sense of humor, very sharp. She has an interesting style of clothing. Both of them do. So sad it didn't work out between them. What caused the breakup? You'd have to ask Mark. I know he was broken up about it, but he's trying to move on. As far as I can tell, I think she just stopped returning his calls. Any idea why? Better ask him. There was a look on her face, concern mixed with sadness. I needed to ask her what was on her mind. I get the impression you want to ask me something. You're sharp. Look, I'm no fool. I can tell that Mark's in some kind of trouble. At the moment, I'm just looking to speak to him. Don't try and lie to me, detective. I'm good at reading people. He's a good boy, no matter what you think he's involved in. All I want to know is that you'll hear him out. I don't want him hurt. Will you promise me that? All right. What do I pick? Option 2. I just want to talk with him. That's always the best place to start. He'll get his say, I promise you. If you're as honest as you seem, I trust you. Here, take this. He gave me a key to his apartment in case of emergencies. If he's taken something bad or he's hurt, I want you to be able to get in there to help him. I appreciate that, ma'am. All right. Well, we got a key. Oh, I recognize this picture. This is Manly Badass Hero. The guy who he plays a lot of scary YouTube games. And this is the Red Diamond. Yep. Yep, it is. All right, let's see here. Do I use the key on number 1 apartment? No answer. The unmistakable metallic stench of blood hit my nostrils as soon as I entered the apartment. Mark Torrance was nowhere to be seen. A trail of gore led towards the bathroom. There was a low, irregular rustling in the darkness. I slipped on a pair of surgical gloves and got to work. Uh-oh. Let's see, what do we gotta do? It was a Polaroid. Thumbprint. It was Serena Callanor. I realized that this was the first time I'd seen her with life in her eyes. And this is Mark Torrance. There's a bridge in the background of the picture, probably Cobb Bridge to the east of Ashfield. All right. Oh, there's a bong. Let's see. Mark wasn't here, but it looked like he had left a lot of himself behind. Had he been attacked, or had he done this to himself? Where could he have gone? And more importantly, why could I still hear a rustling? It seemed to be coming from the sink. All right. There was trash in every pocket of the filthy jeans. I sifted through it and eventually found one item of interest. It was a handwritten invoice from Bloodweb Tattoo Studio for 2 tattoos totaling to $30 from the 14th June. I had little experience of commissioning tattoos, but that seemed very inexpensive. All right. Let's check the sink. The bile rose in my throat. The rustling was the gentle waving of the glistening fleshy leaves growing out of the plug hole. The sink was slick with blood, and a lot of it. From the color, it seemed likely that it had been spilled relatively recently, most likely in the last 24 hours. Okay. Huh. Well, yeah, someone just had a nosebleed. That's all it was. I made the call in the phone booth outside to get the apartment sealed and analyzed. I doubted Mark would come back to that bloodbath. But if he was still alive, where was he? All right. So we are going to head to the art gallery. All right. Well, let's knock on the door. The door to the gallery was locked. We're closed. And before you asked, we have no planned date for reopening. Could I have a moment of your time then? What for? I don't know you and I don't want to. Fuck off. I'm APD, Detective Stanhope. Well then, fuck off, Detective Stanhope. Her body was shaking with barely held emotion. It seemed the news of Serena Kalinore's death had already made its way here. I know this is a difficult time, ma'am. I just want to ask a few questions, then I'll be out of your hair. Your purple hair. Fine. Thank you. Can I ask your name? It's Hu Mei Ying. Call me Mei. Alright. Let's see. How long have you known her? Since last year, sort of. What do you mean? She was looking to move up here as an artist, and I was looking for a partner to run the business. She seemed a good fit. We had a few phone calls before she moved. Where did she move from? New York. She said she couldn't find a way to stand out there. Too many artists. Okay, yeah. What was she like? What do you mean? Her personality, interests? I didn't know her that long. Help me out here. You ran a gallery together. She seemed to be considering her words. I suppose she was a pretty fragile person, at first anyway. Fragile? In what way? Emotional? Socially, she seemed to find a conversation a chore. No, not a chore, more like a test. You could almost hear her brain analyzing every little thing. She'd ask these dumb questions like she'd never spoken to anyone before. What's your favorite cat? A smile crosses her lips before quickly becoming swallowed once more. It used to piss me off. I thought I'd made a huge mistake in hiring her, but then she got past it and things got better. She seemed to stop caring. The questions became a joke. Maybe she got to know you, felt less nervous? Maybe, but it was sudden, like over one day, after her birthday. What day was that? June 14th, I think. After that day, it was like she was a different person. Was she in any trouble you were aware of? Not with regards to money, that's for sure. Her paintings do well, especially the newer ones. Why do you think that is? It's the colors, I think, and the form. Her eyes glazed over for a second. I don't know. They have this energy. What about outside of work? Any personal issues? She paused. I can't think of anything. Nothing at all? The only question is the horror out of time or across town. Yep. No. We done here? I didn't need to be a detective to know she was hiding something. I had to be careful to pick the right approach. Okay. Right approach. Sanguine. I can understand why you're reticent. I would be too, but believe me, I'm not looking for I'm not looking for dirt. I just want to find out what happened to her. Anything you can give me will help. Tears welled in her eyes. She blinked them away, leaving lines in her mascara. Take your time. Yeah, she was in trouble. Who with? No one. I mean, it was her head, her dreams. Something went wrong. In what way? The last couple of months, she became more and more distant. Not in a sad way, but sort of blissful. I thought you said she changed for the better. Well, she was happy, so I guess that's better, but it just seemed too much too fast. It's good not to sweat the small stuff, but at times she didn't seem to care about anything. Any drug use? She took a deep breath. We did some pot, but nothing harder. These dreams you mentioned, did she describe them to you? Yeah, when I asked. She said they were full of colors at first, then they all turned red. She said that like it was good. She talked about a garden and a queen who ruled over it and some sort of Alice in Wonderland shit. She said there was one tree, just one. She wanted to be like that tree. She said she never wanted to wake up. I stopped asking after that. Was she getting any help? She said she didn't need it. I even booked her in for some counseling and she didn't go. I didn't know what else to do. Also fucked. Thank you for your honesty. I promise I'll do everything I can to make sense of this all. Thank you. All right. Let's see here. Birthday. Tell me about that day, her birthday. Did you spend it with her? I saw her that night. We went to a club. It was her suggestion, which was a surprise. I think she'd already been drinking or had something else. She was high as fuck. She never seemed to really come down after that. Did she tell you what she'd done in the day? She spent the day with Mark, got some clothes, jewelry, even a tattoo. A tattoo? A diamond? Yeah, I think she wanted to impress Mark. She was really happy with it. Kept looking at it all night. Do you know where she got it? No, sorry. I know there are a few studios in Hopper, Berwick, and Tawny Heights, but it could have been any one of them. All right. Let's see. A book. She went back to retrieving a black book she had been reading. Passed it over to me, holding onto it for a split second before letting go. This is Serena's. She gave it to me a few days ago, saying I should read it. She called it Dreams of the Pale Queen. That can't be a coincidence. Yeah, I've been reading it and hoping to find some sort of answer to why all this happened. Maybe you can. I trust you. Thank you. See you around, detective. All right, so we have a poetry book. Let's see. Let's read the book. So this book seemed to fall open at one particular poem, potentially its most read. It was titled Cynthia, My Queen. When the velvet fell, I was as a child again with the horizon knife. Yes. Okay. There was a receipt written on the pages too. The book was purchased at Carmine's Books in the north side of Mercy. And we get a new location. Nice. Let's use this clue. With the tattoo receipt. All right, we got a new location. That works. And now let's leave to Ashfield. As I stepped onto the sidewalk, the air around me seemed to hum. People moved in and out of focus. I leaned against the fire hydrant and lost my lunch into the gutter. Oh, geez. Exhaustion dragged me down onto my knees. I couldn't even focus on the faces of those that gathered around me. Some kind soul hailed me a cab, and eventually I found myself in my apartment. I dragged myself into bed and almost immediately fell into a deep sleep. The vast landscape spread around me for miles, horizon to horizon. A hot wind tore across the dust, whipping it into ashen drifts. The light of the white sun above me became blood red as it washed over the dead landscape. Where am I? I could see someone in the distance standing next to a tree. It can't be. Hello, Will. Ben? Detective Ben Drummel had been my mentor when I had started with the force. He had tempered my worst qualities with calmly deliberate advice. He had been a father figure, but had let me make vital mistakes that had led to improvement. His death had almost broken me. How can you be here? There was a twinkle in his eye. Is that really the strangest thing about this? Come on, Will. You can. His face suddenly dropped. His eyes widened. Ben, something is wrong. Boom. The red moved under my hand. I could feel something beyond it, but I couldn't find my way through, no matter how much I dug with my fingernails. Oh, God. Oh, jeez. Amelia, sorry. What are you sorry for? This mess. It's your apartment and your shirt. What time is it? Just after 11. I thought I'd check on you after you didn't show up at the precinct. Braintree rang me. Okay, thank you. I wasn't drinking, if that's what you're thinking. I didn't say a word. It was something else. I passed out, I think. Maybe it's the heat. How'd you get in? You left the door open. Still trespassing, even if the door is unlocked. Not unlocked. Open. You're lucky you didn't have that beat-up record player. What was your way of saying you want me to leave? Was that your way of saying you want me to leave? No, I don't know. I need to get my head straight. Why don't you take some time off? The case? The case can wait. Maybe I shouldn't have gotten you involved. You don't mean that, she sighed. Lewis is back in town, so I've passed it over to him until Monday. You can send any information you have to him to follow up on. I'm fine. You look like shit. Thank you. Oh boy. She was concerned for me and I could understand why. I know this looks bad, but I really feel fine now. I'll make sure to have just some water for a few hours and just a bit of food. Oh, lordy. See how I go. I want to help you. I know you do, and I appreciate that. She looked down at her feet. Just rest, please. We can catch up on Monday. I'll see myself out. It's hard to look at that guy. As soon as she'd left, I got dressed, cleaned up, planned my next move. One thing was certain. I wasn't about to hand this over to Lewis. I was staying on the case. All right. With that, let's save the game. And we'll continue this on Wednesday. It's been about a good 2 hours or so. I hope people are enjoying this. I certainly am. So in any case, I will see you all on Wednesday, hopefully, and talk to you all then. You like it? I'm glad you like it, Squatch. Yeah, it's got a really cool look to it. Yeah, no problem at all. Sweet dreams, everybody. Especially after such a creepy game. All right. Bye-bye.